Okay, this is the section on writing your first main point of your research paper, and I have there in front of you an outline for a research paper, and it goes all the way from the introduction with the thesis statement all the way down through the fourth point and to the conclusion. So actually, there are 5 Roman numerals here, but there are 3 Roman numerals here as far as your 3 main points to the paper. So what we're doing in this section is we are writing the first main point, which would include all of that of the outline. Okay, so let's look at each one of these points and figure out how many paragraphs we need. So there's one paragraph, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So in this first main point here, we're going to have 12 paragraphs. Now you can have more than that, but our minimum is going to be 12 paragraphs. Okay, so here's how I want you to do it. Roman numeral 2, poor self-esteem. You are going to start out introducing this main point of poor self-esteem by writing an entire paragraph on poor self-esteem in order for you to introduce all of your points. So let's get back here. So you are going to introduce all of this by writing an introductory paragraph on poor self-esteem. So actually what you have here is you have in a research paper, you've got your introduction to introduce the entire paper. Then you have an introduction paper to introduce your subpoints here. Oops. Your subpoints here. Then later on you'll have another introductory paragraph to introduce these subpoints, and then you'll have another introductory paragraph. So this is really in the main body 3 5-paragraph papers in one. So you've got an introduction paragraph here, and then after you introduce that, you discuss your definition of self-esteem, and then you're going to write another paragraph on why it is both built and broken and why it is so vital. Okay? Then you're going to start another paragraph and talk about self-worth. And then another paragraph going into more detail, or 3 other paragraphs going into more detail. And then another one introducing each of these 3 points. Okay, so as you're writing, this paragraph here is going to be very general. You're just going to talk about self-esteem, and what's always nice is to kind of come up with a thesis statement that you can put at the end there, or an essay map that has to do with these 3 points that you're going to be talking about. So tell me about those, just introduce those. So then when I read that next paragraph on defining self-esteem, I've already been introduced to it in the essay map under poor self-esteem. So poor self-esteem is the introductory paragraph. It's going to have an essay map as the last sentence that's going to tell me this, this, and this. And then in the next paragraph, you're going to write about this and then go into some subpoints here. Okay, then you're going to write about this and then give me some subpoints in more detail. So you're starting out very general and then going specific and then going even more specific. Okay, so that would be the first point. That would be how you do that. So each one of these again is going to be at least 1 paragraph, and you go from a general on poor self-esteem to more detail as you get further and further into this outline here. Okay, at the end of this paragraph right here, you need to transition from poor self-esteem into unhealthy habits. Alright? So make sure that even though we're only dealing with this point right here, poor self-esteem, You do need to come up with a transition down here, so that will introduce your unhealthy habits, which you will be doing later in the week. So there is the lecture on the first point of your paragraph.